1846. Elias Howe receives a patent for his sewing machine, the device which brings clothing into the modern age.
Elias Howe receives a patent for his sewing machine, the device which brings clothing into the modern age. This killed you guys. Elias Howe, proper noun. The modern age, actually, that's a proper noun. Patent, sewing, device. These are confusing words. So again, if you made mistakes on those words, don't worry. Clothing. Okay, so if you got sewing, you should get clothing. If you didn't get sewing, maybe clothing is confusing. That's it. That's it. Well, patent for, that might be a little bit tough. Now, we got some confusion right here, so we'll talk about that. And this, Elias Howe. Yeah. Google it. I guess this would be important. Anyway, Elias Howe receives a patent. A patent. Probably a new word for many of you. I'll explain tomorrow. It's easy. A patent for his sewing machine. For his sewing machine. So let's talk about vowels here. This is an AW vowel. This is a long O vowel. And this is obviously an SH with a long O. Okay? So, ah, O, sh, s, sawing, sawing, sewing, sewing, sawing. We don't say sawing, we say sawing, 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 sewing, 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 showing, showing. Okay? These are sounds you need to master. If you have any questions, please ask me. Please ask me. By the way, if you're in DDM VIP, I thought I had live classes tomorrow and on Sunday, rather. I don't. So double check that schedule. The next DDM live class that I have, VIP, for September of 2021 is, I believe, the 18th. Or no, the 19th. The 19th. And then we go again on the 23rd and 26th. Double check the schedule, okay? Double check that schedule. Join me in the live classes. Practice these pronunciations. With any of the coaches, practice the pronunciations. Anyway, sewing machine. The device. Devise is a verb. That's a Z. Okay, devise. And device is a noun, and that is an S. Device. Okay? The device which brings clothing, get your TH, clothing into the modern age. Okay? We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's it. 2 times. 1846, Elias Howe receives a patent for his sewing machine, the device which brings clothing into the modern age. Now, sewing, obviously, we know sewing, making clothes, that's been around forever, and there have been machines that have been around for a very, very long time. So why was he so important? What was the patent? Interesting. I had to research this stuff. So if we talk about sewing, we have a needle, right? And this is the eye of the needle. And then we have thread. And we put the thread through the eye of the needle, and then we sew, right? So up until this point, all of these sewing machines were trying to, take this needle and take a wheel and get it to work, and it just wasn't very effective. It was okay, but, to be honest, this guy can do it just as fast. So, I mean, there's no real need. Machine is expensive. Elias had a dream. And in his dream, he was being killed. He was being stabbed, basically. But what's interesting is I think it was the knives or the spears or something, had a hole here at the bottom. He woke up from his dream and he realized, oh, that's the answer. For a handheld needle, when you're sewing with a handheld needle, the hole is at the top of the needle. But if you look at a sewing machine, the hole's on the bottom. That's what he did. The machine itself was not too difficult, but it was the placement of the hole that completely changed the system and made the sewing machine so much faster and so much better. Now, it didn't become super popular right away, but eventually, yeah, it did. And he became a very, very rich man. Yeah, and he was he died very young, actually, but you know, he also is very responsible for the zipper, and I don't have any zippers, but the zipper. Yeah. He didn't actually invent it, but he was very involved with the invention of the zipper too. So there you go. Small town boy, Massachusetts boy. Gunsmoke. 1955.
1846. Elias Howe receives a patent for his sewing machine, the device which brings clothing into the modern age. 1846. Elias Howe receives a patent for his sewing machine, the device which brings clothing into the modern age.